Yeah, so we've made great strides in the past few years as Tanzania. We have seen many businesses, especially in the urban areas, who are taking advantage of digital technologies to digitize their processes, increase their efficiency, reach, and their market shares. Both the public and private sectors are now offering trainings and capacity building to young entrepreneurs and social innovators to shape businesses that fit the future. Most of the government processes have now been digitized, from either getting a passport or registering a business to university applications. And in fact, Tanzania is doing very well when it comes to digital penetration. The average for African countries is 24%, whereas Tanzania is now at 46%. And right now, the government has gone so far as to, it's almost on the verge of launching a Digital Tanzania program where we're going to have a 10 years initiative to improve the digital ecosystem and connectivity in the country. It wasn't easy, and I must agree that our biggest challenge was maintaining an education system, both rural and urban areas, whereas, as we all know, yes, there is an internet penetration, 46%, but most of those digital devices are owned by men, and men who actually in most of the day are out providing for their families. So when you look at this child, yes, they are home, and yes, there are digital platforms that are giving out education, most even for free. They cannot access that device because dad is away providing for their family, and he's the one with the digital device. So in most families, you'll find there's only one device, and dad has it, and dad is out. So it was kind of hard to reach that young person, even if there is internet connectivity where they live. So this challenge was addressed in a way that even if a child does not have access to a digital device that can connect them to internet, some of the companies even went as far as creating content that can be found on normal messages, where a child can ask a question and an AI system would reply to them. And of course, not all, some of the families don't even have a phone, but at least we've tried in that angle. And for those who cannot be reached both on normal phones and on smartphones, the government had made some initiative to provide some of the subjects on radio shows and television. So in terms of education, we did make more effort in that angle, and to some extent, we can say that we succeeded. Some of the platforms even had 2 million children online studying in their platforms. When it came to businesses, and even before COVID, we were not so big on, I'm gonna order this online, or I'm gonna order food online. It's just a trend that started recently. With COVID, it saw a huge peak, but then it saw a peak on businesses that were already in digital platforms, business that already has a customer base of people who trusted that they can order things online and receive them. But other businesses, they took an ugly hit for that. Thanks. Actually, we're currently about to have a new project that is going to be 70% of women as beneficiaries. So we've done a lot of research when it comes to young people in ICT sector, because our programs are going to be dealing specifically with young women in the digital economy, and to gain 70% beneficiaries where women are not exactly participating. We foresaw a lot of challenges, so we started digging early. So in the past few years, with the emerging of digital businesses or the use of digital technology to improve businesses, we've seen a lot of women actually taking advantages. They've noticed that you don't need to be in Kariakor, which is our largest market, to actually do business. You could be somewhere outside the city and still post a shoe or two and sell it to your network or your friends and make an income while you're still at home. So we've seen a rise in women taking advantage in this kind of business. And we even see some of them who already had businesses, but even their friends did not know that that woman or that girl is selling kitenge or is selling purses. But now they're using digital platforms. You'll find them posting on their WhatsApp stories, on their Instagram, on their Facebook pages, and saying, hey, I have this business. If you want something, you can order. So we've seen a rise in women. The few that are already own digital devices and mostly are in urban areas, we've seen a rise in them using digital platforms to actually start their own businesses. And now their role is changing. Usually it was women waiting and just maybe watching what's going on online, reading stories, but now they're driving both businesses and conversation on digital spaces. What we're seeing as what could actually make this even more spicy or something, is more role models and success stories to attract young women into digital sectors. We could do with more women, speaking about women issues, speaking about women's challenges and opportunities. I think that could help, could add more to the efforts of getting women online and into the digital sector.